Hello everyone, this is Elle, and I just wanted to do a quick speed paint and try my hand at some digital art. I've been learning how to do digital art very slowly over the past year or so, and I am not very good at it, but I am getting used to the layers and how to use layers, and using what skill I have in regular drawing and applying that to the computer. It's a completely different medium. Knowing what all the little pens do and everything is very tricky for me. I do use Krita. It's free and I can't say it's easy to use. I've heard a lot of people say it's easy to use. It's not. But I don't believe that there are any easy to use software out there available. I think it's all got a steep learning curve, to be honest. The only one that I find to be truly easy to use is like the 3D Paint application. That is about as easy to use as you're going to get, but it doesn't do very much, and the payoff isn't very good. I've heard that there are some programs you can get when you have an iPad that are pretty simple, but I don't have an iPad and I'm not really keen on getting one just for drawing when I'm just trying to figure out how to draw digitally in the first place. I might as well learn an actual program like Krita, because then I can transfer that over to any other program. They all work similarly, not the same, but similarly. That being said, I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on in my studio this week, where I landed. I didn't do as much painting this week as I wanted to do because I was sick and getting over being sick and all that stuff, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted to do. I did another layer on my mermaid painting, which I showed last week. I did improve it a little bit, but I haven't added the fish yet, and I've only deepened the shadows and things like that on that painting. I am starting a new painting. This painting is it's a remake. I'm going to try to do a remake of a masterpiece by Carl von Loo. He's a French painter. He lived in the 1700s. And the name of the painting is Enigone, Enigone. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but it's a picture of a lady playing with grapes in a tree, and it's a pretty silly looking painting to me, and I thought it might be fun to redo it to, in my mind, improve it. So I'll learn a lot about how to, make a classic looking painting, but I can also change it to what would look more appealing to me. So that is a little experiment I'm going to do. I have done remakes of paintings before, but this is the first time I've ever done anything that complex with like a human figure in it that's done so realistically. It will not look as good in a lot of ways because my skills aren't there yet, but that's how you learn. You learn by trying, and I'm going to try. So if you want to know what that picture looks like, you can pull that up on the internet pretty easily. The painting is called Enigone. It was painted in 1747 by Carl von Loo. Anyway, what else did I want to add about that? I'm going to try to start that on Friday. Let's talk a little bit about my writing situation. So that's my art situation. Let's talk about my writing. So I have written a 25,000 word rough draft, and that is nothing when you talk about a novel. It's nowhere near novel length. It's not even really novella length. It's too long to be a short story. I have been doing a second pass to do a rough draft, and that's not been going very well because my brain does not wrap around that sort of storytelling easily. And in some cases, I can even say it doesn't wrap around that sort of storytelling at all. So I have to consider my situation. And my situation is that I am not a novel writer, but I am a graphic novel author. I have already made one graphic novel. The art in it is not my best work because I've improved a lot since then, but for the time, I felt it was really good. I have sold several copies on Etsy. I've gone to comic shows and sold the comic book conventions and sold the comic book there, the graphic novel there. And I made it in issues, and I have 5 issues, which all together make one graphic novel. I have not made the sequel to the graphic novel, but that's something that I do want to do down the line. The book that I've been writing, I think it would be great for a graphic novel. The 25,000 words is perfect for drawing out into a graphic novel. The conversations are really good. I really like the work that I did there. There's definitely some tweaking I need to do. So it needs to be revised, and that's something that I can work on, and storyboarding it out. I need to work on that as well. But turning that into a graphic novel would be absolutely awesome. Again, my skills are not there, but I am not going to wait for my skills to get there. I am just going to draw it and embrace the suck. So it is a little bit thrilling to think about because I can already start publishing the one graphic novel that I have, self-publishing it. I have never considered that before, but yesterday I was thinking about it. It's like I can definitely learn about self-publishing and get that published. So getting that reformatted and published is going to be a goal that I have for this year. And also starting on the graphic novel of my, that was going to be my actual novel. It's called, I Will Die on This Hill. I don't know if I will change that name later, but I have been calling it I Will Die on This Hill. And it is a polyamorous romance. And I think there's a lot of things that go on in the book that would be just great to see visually as opposed to just reading about. So that is new and exciting, and I'm excited to work on that. The question is, I keep asking myself, do I want to continue doing work traditionally? Because when you work traditionally, the art is hard to transfer properly to, you have to do it eventually digitally because I'm publishing it digitally. Or do I want to just do the art digitally in the first place and skip the scanning step? But right now, my digital art skills, as you can see as you're watching this, are not the greatest. And I am a baby when it comes to trying to draw digitally. So as rough as my art skills are, I would be able to actually get work done if I did things traditionally first and then scanned it, than to just go into this and try to do it digitally in the first place. As I work on my skills with my digital artwork, I think that might be a future option, but for right now, it's just not. Let's see, I've already talked about that. The last thing I want to talk about today is the status of my children's book and where I'm going there. I have to close this up here in a second as we're coming to the end of the art. But I just want to say that I have completed some additional illustrations. I have been working on my next batch of illustrations for this children's book, and everything is going pretty smoothly. I really think that I want to try writing a children's book that doesn't have a moral. I am going to be self-publishing these, so I don't have to have something that's like teaching children